Rhonda Kitchens, and I'm going to take you through the wonderful world of search strategy. That's right, keywords, truncation, phrase searching, Boolean logic, and more. I'm going to demonstrate using Academic Search Premier. I hope this is going to help you with your research. And remember, you can always reach out to your library. This is the order we will follow. We're going to first sort of look at databases and the places we actually do searches to understand where to put these objects. We'll start with keywords and talk about different ways, and I'll show you 2, 3, maybe even 4 techniques on finding them. I am going to show you how to do truncation. I use this every week. In fact, truncation, phrase searching, and Boolean logic, or Boolean searching using Boolean logic, are very key to my success every single week. There are more search strategies, but these are key. So briefly, what is a database? You are using one almost every single day. That's right. Netflix, Hulu, Pluto, Amazon Prime. Are you searching electronic documents by title, topic, or other types of things? Do you see, once you see one movie, do you see where you're suggested other movies? Are you trying to find information? And these databases already know and start filling in some of the words you're typing. You've already experienced databases daily. The only difference is library databases may be called Gale, ProQuest, EBSCO, Ex Libris, and other names. These valuable resources that jumped right off my page are subscription databases. Have you ever hit a paywall where something asks you for $40 or $100 just to look at an article? Databases, the library databases specifically, are subscription databases we pay for so that you can get past that paywall. A key, yes, I'll use key a lot, a key part of the research process is finding keywords to drive your search. It is not really a keyword, it's keywords. You need more than one. You need more than one variation. You need different ways of looking at your research to find what you need to complete your presentation, your speech, or your essays. Now, I call it sort of key swords. Get it? Yeah, you don't have to laugh. But hey, here we go. How do we find them? First of all, you probably have at least a working main idea, topic, thesis, research question. As you research, it's typical that these things change, and a lot of times the research itself will change them and help you narrow it down. For instance, you probably can't write about global warming even in your lifetime, but you could write about the effect of global warming on snowstorms in Washington in the future or something like that. Each part of that statement gives you different keywords that you can use in your research. Pull those main words out and keep a list. Find the synonyms to those words. Precipitation, rain, right? Find the different tenses and variation of that word. Precipitate, precipitating, precipitated, precipitates, I think. Yes, okay, we got that. Hey, more than that, use your search, your research, to find more keywords. Yeah, even authors of research often have their own set they provide you. And some of those are more current than the ones used by the journals that they get published in. They're great to use. Hey, you know what else you could do? And it's pretty. Word map an article that fits your research question. You found a great article. You can find more than just keywords or variations of the words or synonyms to your words, or figure out how the main words of your search question fit into that article. You could word map an actual article to find more keywords and what may be more important in the articles that you find to be the best may help you find other fantastic, wonderful articles. This is an example of keywords found in an article and run through tagcrowd.com. You'll see that it has the number of times the words were used. The larger numbers have been repeated the most. Simulation in this case was used 22 times. Let me show you first how to find an article in Academic Search Complete. That's one of our broad, general, great to use databases. Then I'm going to show you how you see keywords in that article, and if that article fits how to take that article, run it through TagCrowd, and find other words. It kind of helps you visually map what's important about your research. Here you are at the library's page. Go to Databases A to Z. Academic Search Complete is alphabetic. Let's go right here. Academic Search Complete. We're going to go and do a search. And this is a very interesting database. Sometimes it will not tell you misspelled something, but sometimes it will help you spell something. Precipitation. And look, it even sort of pre-shadows something we're going to talk about. This is an example of using Boolean logic and Boolean searching. So I'm going to put precipitation, and I'm going to put this in quotes because then it will search as a phrase. So I'm going to go here like so, and I'm going to do my search. From there, we're going to go into the search page. I'm going to make sure that we have full text, so what you see is what you get. And I'm going to pick a scholarly article because that should be pretty rich for this piece. I'm going to look at this first one. It has multiple authors. It's in the Journal of Climate. It was written in 2013. I may argue whether or not that's current enough or not. In this case, I'm going to use it, and I see that it has different images, and it is at least 25 pages. So this particular article is a strong scholarly research article, though it's from 2013. Hey, you also can get help while you're in this database, and we'd be glad to help you out. So I'm going to go in here, and I am going to show you what comes up in the first detail search. And this is not just specific to EBSCO's Academic Search Premier. Many databases have subject terms it offers you. I would then go through and take all of these, because rain, monsoons, precipitation, do you feel what I'm saying? These are all different ways to describe moisture falling from the sky, something like that. And you'll see how this picked through our work, but I'm going to the PDF now. The abstract is a summary of a summary. Sometimes it doesn't exactly match the article. Reasons for that is part of how one publishes. The abstract is often used to get an invitation to send a completed manuscript. So I'm not going to use that. I'm going to start with the introduction, and this talks about where the author has done its research, and I'm going to go kind of down where I see a number of different things. Like here. You can also do the whole piece, but that's where I am going. And now I'm going to take it into TagCrowd. I really like this particular word map piece. It's actually also very useful when you're doing job hunting. And if you put in the description of the job, you can find out all the words that you should include in your cover letter and resume to increase your chances of getting past machine-read pieces that a lot of human resources places use. But it's also a great way to find keywords. So I'm going to paste the section that I found. I'm going to go down here because I can make different decisions. I want 100. I want to show the frequencies. I'd like to see the number of times it does come up. Group similar words, yes. I'm just going to go with original, and we'll see what words we'd like to get rid of. Because yes, you can get rid of some. In fact, this would be a great one to get rid of. See this? Et al. This is showing up from the citations, and it says, and more authors essentially is how that goes. This means nothing for a keyword search, so I am going to take it out. All right. So now we've gotten rid of it. So now we have different words. Atmosphere, atmospheres, all the different ones. Circulate, circulations, etc. Maybe something I use. Climate, climatology. This talks about this word, which this is what happens in scholarly articles. You will increase your vocabulary. This uses monsoon. I don't see the word rain. It has summer, so it talks about actually there may be certain seasons that may be more difficult than other seasons, simulations, trends, all of this. So I may go through this, look at my research question, and call some of these out. And if I find another article that's really strong, I may go through the same process. Another thing I'll do, I'll go to Google and look for thesaurus. In this case, I've settled on thesaurus.yourdictionary.com. I'm going to use the word climate. And I'm going to get synonyms. That is words that are like weather, climate, environment, latitude, attitude, altitude, atmosphere. Let's go down further. Humidity, microclimate, etc. This has a lot of ads in it, but actually out of some of the ones I look for this particular topic, it had a great deal of words that I might use for this project. So to wrap up, we used the search or research question to find words. We run them through different things. We look for an article. We pull those keywords off. If we're really looking for more articles, we'll use something like Tag Crowd. Put part of the article in there, pull out more keywords, look at a thesaurus, see if there are other words. And now, what do you do with all those words? Because in some cases, you'll find there's different versions. They're really alike. How am I going to build this into a search strategy? Now, we're going to talk about truncation, phrase searching, and Boolean searching. And I say, oh, the search tricks, but, well, the big ones. And I say, well, the big ones because I use these every single week. Okay. Truncation is really powerful because if you used each of these words separately, you would have to do 5 searches. Why not do just one search? So here you see I use all the suffixes that it has. I kind of stack them together and I find the most common place it ends. So I put the asterisk at that place so all of these variations will be found. Now, an example of how that would look, you would use the Academic Search Premier or even Google, and you could use it just like this, and you would put it in your search. You could just use it by itself, or you could do a Boolean search and put A and D in capital. You could use a phrase search, which we're about to talk about, and you would find global warming as a phrase with all the different variations of this word in one search. And that has a great deal of value, especially the smaller or tighter that your research focus is. This also saves you a lot of time, and it uncovers things you need to find quickly. Phrase searching sometimes cuts down on the noise. There's little value having global warming in the first paragraph and global in the first paragraph and warming in the last paragraph. You want to search them together where they're used in research or in the topic together. To make sure that happens, and this works in the databases as well as Google, Google Advanced, and Google Scholar, put it in quotes. Now just don't put any random word in quotes. That will not work. Use the words that are used together on your particular topic. In this case, global warming, climate change, severe storm, extreme weather, extreme snowstorms, high resolution, atmospheric model, I need to put a quote there, and so on. And if you kind of notice, hey, didn't these keywords show up in the article? And didn't they show up in Tag Cloud? And oh, they also showed up in the thesaurus? Yes, they did. Absolutely. Yes, they did. This is a strategy coming together. So let's go down to the final part. And this is Boolean searching. Now, this is going to primarily use these 3 words capitalized. If you remember on EBSCO, there's a drop-down box in the search that has all of these. And this is how you would use them. Suppose you want global warming, and certainly you can put it in quotes, and rain. This place where they meet will be the articles you find. In many cases, you've been doing this in Google without really knowing the mechanics of it. And this is what it looks like using a Venn diagram. Another thing you could do is OR. Now, OR is great for synonyms. Now, you went through this thesaurus and you've seen the different words for the same thing, like storms or monsoons or hurricanes, and maybe you want all of those. So you go storms or monsoons or hurricanes with a big OR, and you can use this in the databases, Google, Google Advanced, and Google Scholar. In this example, global warming, again, you could put this in quotes, and rain so that we get the things that are gathered, but we also put in precipitation and all of the ways it shows itself. This is a very strong, precise search. On one hand, it keeps things together with global warming, and then it opens it up with different types of ways that you express rain and precipitation. Now, maybe you don't want snow. That's just not working for your particular thing. Use NOT, it's capitalized, so then it would be global warming and rain, but not snow. And you could put an asterisk here and truncate it, so snow, snowing, snowed, snows would also disappear from your search. So, with all of these different pieces, you can take your research question and turn it into a magnificent search strategy that focuses, that tunes in, that expands, and finds different ideas. In some cases, your research question really wasn't that strong, but through this process, you will also use the research to inform your question and kind of go back and build on your research. Sometimes when you feel like I have not found anything, these pieces will help you find the thing. What if you were just using the wrong word, the wrong version of the word, or the wrong way to use the word in conjunction with the subject that you're using? Does that make sense? Well, you know what? If it doesn't, we have an answer for that too. That's right. Ask your librarian. Let me know if you need help. I would be glad to set up a Zoom appointment with you. If you need me to break down some keywords, I'd be glad to work with you. I find that type of brainstorming really, really exciting. In a way, this kind of includes a little bit of math and science and English, literature, research, words, all the beautiful things all together in one bundle. And all of it will improve what you're working with, the information you'll synthesize and work into your project, and what you present to others. It will be unique, valuable, and powerful. I promise you this. And if it doesn't make sense, reach out. Always ask your librarian.